Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name's Natalie and I do videos on handbag reviews, unboxings, a bit of luxury eye candy. So if you're into any of those, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you back. So in today's video, I'll be doing a luxury SLG collection or small leather goods. And I've previously done a handbag collection video, so I'll leave that link up here if you want to check that video out. So after doing that, I thought it would be a good idea to do a SLG collection too. And as I was getting ready for this video and collecting all the small leather goods that I have in my collection, I realized that I only have pieces from two fashion houses, and that is Louis Vuitton and Chanel. So clearly I love those two fashion houses. If you've seen previous videos of mine, you'll know that I absolutely love Louis Vuitton. That's where I started my whole luxury collection, and I've kind of dived into Chanel a little bit too. So yeah, those two are my favorite fashion houses. Louis Vuitton is probably the best fashion house that sells small leather goods in my opinion. I feel like their small leather goods are really good quality. It's really versatile. There's so many different pieces. They have such a wide range of small leather goods. They have canvas pieces and leather pieces, so there's a much larger variety of different materials to suit everyone. And all my SLGs from Louis Vuitton are actually canvas pieces, just because I feel like that's what Louis Vuitton's really known for, their canvas monogram pieces, and it really stands the test of time. I've had some of these pieces for over 6 years, and they've held up really, really well. Before we get into it, I would just say if there are any particular items in my collection that you want an in-depth review on or a closer look at, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to do a video on one of these items. If I haven't already, if I have, I'll leave it in the description box below too. But yeah, if there's any pieces or any items that you want a closer look at, please let me know and I'll be happy to do one. So yeah, without any further rambling, let's get into my collection. So let's start off with Chanel, just because I only have two SLGs from Chanel and the rest are from Louis Vuitton, so we'll save all that for the end. So the very first item or SLG that I purchased from Chanel is the Chanel card holder in caviar leather with gold hardware. So this is just a very classic, very simple card holder, leather card holder from Chanel. So it's just got the black caviar leather and the light gold hardware there, and it's got one pocket at the front, two pockets at the back, and also one pocket in the middle. So the inside is that nice burgundy color that you find in the Chanel classic flat bags. So I love that little detailing to it. It's a very classic piece. So I love this because of how thin it is, how compact it is. It fits in every single one of my bags, even the miniest of bags. It fits in my back pocket, it fits anywhere that I need it to fit, and it's just really, really functional and versatile. You can fit 1, 2, 3, 4 cards at a minimum. I just love the way it looks. The quilting, it's very Chanel-esque, and it's still really puffy. I've had this probably over 4 years, and the quilting is really puffy. I just feel like the caviar leather holds up really well over time. So yeah, this is the very first item that I purchased from Chanel. So the next SLG that I got from Chanel is very similar in that it's a card holder, but this is slightly bigger, and it's the Chanel card holder wallet, I guess you'd call it. I think it's just classified as a card wallet, but this is slightly bigger. So comparing it with this one here, this is a very traditional card holder. So it's just flat with slip pockets for your cards, whereas this one is more like a wallet style. This is also in the black caviar leather and gold hardware, and I honestly purchased this so I could match my Chanel medium large. Look how cute they are together. It's like a mini classic flap, so I absolutely love this. I wanted this for so long. So this one is different to the card holder in that it's got a snap button closure, so it just lifts up like that. We've got the one main compartment there, and it's got that nice burgundy classic flap lining and another slip pocket at the front. And this is actually the newer version of it, so it's got the back pocket, so you could put like maybe a train ticket or something at the back here. So I find this really, really handy, and I'm actually glad that I purchased this when I did, whereas if I purchased this back then, they hadn't updated it yet, so the older versions didn't have a back pocket. So it's kind of like that Mona Lisa smile. So I think it's called the Mona Lisa smile because it's kind of curved like that. So you know, like the Mona Lisa painting, she's kind of smiling but not. So this is kind of like that. And yeah, I just absolutely love it. It's so pretty, and again, it's because it matches my medium large classic flap that I wanted to add this piece. So yeah, this is the very last SLG from Chanel in my collection. So now let's move on to my SLGs from Louis Vuitton. So the very first SLG that I got from Louis Vuitton is the Louis Vuitton key pouch in the Monogram canvas. So this one here is a cult classic. Everyone who loves Louis Vuitton or who wants to start their collection in Louis Vuitton always has this piece or gets this piece, and it's just a really true iconic piece to have from Louis Vuitton. I've done a whole video on all different ways you can use this key pouch, so I'll link that video up here if you want to check that out. But yeah, this piece, it's so affordable for Louis Vuitton, and it's kind of like the entry level. Like if you're not sure about starting a collection in Louis Vuitton, or if you're not sure about the pieces, this is a good place to start just because it's not that expensive. I mean, it's still expensive for what it is, but you're paying for the brand, and because it's so versatile, you really get your money's worth from it. So I've had this for over 6 years, and it's held up extremely well. As I said, I've done a whole video on this, so I won't keep you too much longer. But yeah, this is the very first piece that I purchased from Louis Vuitton. So after I purchased that key pouch, not long after, maybe 6 months after, I purchased another cult classic, which is the Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder. So this is in the damier bean print. So I love damier bean print in bags and larger prints, but I just wanted to test it out in a small leather good. And after purchasing this, I do really like how simple it is. There's no flashy logos, it's just got the small Louis Vuitton in that square there. But I feel like I do prefer monogram canvas in small leather goods. I love just seeing the LV logos in smaller pieces. So that's why you'll see in my collection I do have more monogram small leather goods, but I really love this piece. This has been a workhorse for me. I've abused this piece to death. It just houses your keys, so like that. And again, I've done a video on this and a comparison between this and the key pouch, so I'll link everything in the description box below. But yeah, this is the 6-ring key holder, and it's held up really well considering how much I've used it. So yeah, this is also a must-have from Louis Vuitton if you're starting your collection, or if you don't have it yet, you need to add this piece. So after purchasing those two pieces, I really fell in love with the small leather goods at Louis Vuitton. And it's true, once you start buying Louis Vuitton, you just get hooked and you just got to go back for more. I've said this many times in my previous videos that it's like you're addicted to Louis Vuitton. Once you get a taste of it, you just can't stop. So the next SLG that I purchased from Louis Vuitton is this full-sized wallet, and it's the Sarah wallet in the damier bean print too. So I purchased this to match with my Neverfull. So it was around the same time I got my Louis Vuitton Neverfull that I'd purchased this too, and it was just like a match made in heaven. I absolutely loved using this inside my Neverfull, just pulling it out and having my Neverfull and this match together with it. It was, yeah, perfect. And back then, large wallets were a really big thing just because big bags were a really big thing. But nowadays, everyone's all about the minis or the small bag trend. So I haven't reached for this as much as I used to. This was my go-to wallet. I do still use this wallet too, like when I go to work, like in my work bag, just because I use a big tote bag for work. This is a really good wallet to have just because I have everything that I need in it and I can put whatever I need inside. But because I'm working from home now, there's no real need to carry a big wallet, and because when we go out, it's more just for groceries or just essential things. I don't carry big bags with me. I just carry small bags and try and keep it to a minimum. So that's why I haven't reached for this as much, but this is an absolutely gorgeous wallet. So after purchasing the Sarah wallet, I wanted to try a compact wallet to use in smaller bags. And I know I do have the key pouch, but I wanted a proper wallet that had slots and places for cards and everything. So I had a look around and I picked up the Zippy coin purse from Louis Vuitton. So this is also a really good piece. It's really compact, it's really small, but as you'll see, it's got so many card slots in it, and it's got that accordion style, so it expands really wide, and you've got all these card slots on the sides here as well as in the middle, and you could definitely put coins, folded cash in here. So this works pretty much like a full-sized wallet. You could fit a lot of cards in here, and it is quite thick, so you can kind of fit a lot of cards, and because it does expand, you do have that room. So I love this, and I use this in smaller bags. I absolutely love it. Even when I use my big tote or when I go to work, I sometimes just switch it out and use this coin purse or Zippy coin purse, just because it does pack a punch and it's a lot lighter. Because with the Sarah wallet, it is quite weighty. This one is definitely lighter and it still holds a lot of cards too. So I love the Zippy coin purse. I know that they do Christmas animations in this style of wallet. They also do it in empreinte leather, epi leather, different kinds of leather and canvas variations. So definitely check out the Zippy coin purse if you're looking for a compact wallet. So the next item I wasn't sure whether or not I should include in this video just because it's not something you can purchase from Louis Vuitton, but it is a small leather good, and if you purchase any size Neverfull, it comes with this little pouch here, and this is detachable, so it's got the little clasp there. You can attach it inside the Neverfull or other bags and detach it and use it as like a little pouch or like a little clutch. So it comes with that leather strap and you can just use it as a little clutch. So I would classify this as a small leather good, and that's why I've included it in this video. So the next SLG is something that's really hard to get for us Aussies anyway, and it's the Louis Vuitton luggage tag. So something as simple as this, it's so hard to get your hands on in Australia. I don't know if it's the same case in other countries now, but back then, or even now, like you can't get your hands on a luggage tag unless you have a luggage piece from Louis Vuitton. So if you have like a keep ball or anything like that, you can't purchase a luggage tag unless you have one of those pieces. So this was such a pain to get, and I always wanted to add this piece to attach it to my Louis Vuitton Speedy. I didn't get my hands on this in Australia, so when my cousin went to New York on a holiday, I asked her if she could please get me one of these, and it was so easy for her to just pick up, so she got one for me and I'm so grateful for that. So just a quick backstory with this one. This is actually a replacement one, so this is not the one that my cousin got me. This is a replacement luggage tag, and it's because when I took it into the Louis Vuitton boutique, I wanted to get it hot stamped with the letter N in the center. So they took it in, they hot stamped it. It took like maybe an hour or two for them to get it hot stamped. And when I got it back, the N was like all the way up here, and I'd asked for it to be in the center. So I went back and told them what was wrong, how I wanted it in the center, but it just happened to be up here. And it just looked really awkward because there was so much empty space here. So I took it back and they said that the initial doesn't actually go in the center. Like if you just want one letter, it has to be at the top, and the way the machine's laid out, it doesn't print in the center. And I thought that was really strange because I've seen others with the one initial in the center, like dead centered. And even if that was the case, no one told me that when I wanted to get it done. Like I'd asked for it to be in the center and no one had said it's not possible, it would have to be up here. So they just took it in and got it hot stamped. So I spoke to the manager and he was really kind and just replaced it for me. So this is a new one, and I've been too scared to get it hot stamped since. So I was waiting to go like overseas or something to get it hot stamped, or get like, you know, if you go to different countries, they have a very unique hot stamping unique to that country. So I was thinking of doing something like that instead. So yeah, that's why it's still plain. There's nothing on it, and I haven't put it on my Speedy yet just because I really want to get it hot stamped. So the next SLG in my collection from Louis Vuitton is a really sought after piece, and I was really lucky enough to get this piece when I did, and it's the Louis Vuitton mini Pachette. So I only picked this up a couple of months ago and I was really lucky enough to get this. I just happened to walk into the Louis Vuitton boutique one day and I'd asked my SA if they had any mini Pachettes in stock, and they didn't have any in stock, but she said that she could order one in for me. So I was really happy with that. She placed an order and I got it within a week. So I was really lucky to get this. I know now the wait list for it's full, or you can't even put your name on a wait list nowadays, and it's really hard to find. So I was really lucky to get this when I did, and I absolutely love it. I've done so many videos on this. I'll leave a video on how I style it up here, and also a review and what fits inside in the description box below if you want to check that out. It's such a good SLG because you could use it as a clutch, as a bag, as a catch-all. There's so many different ways by adding like chains to the side here. So I have a couple of chains from Organize My Bag, and their chains are amazing. They match the Louis Vuitton chains to a T. Like the gold, the feel, everything about it is just really good quality. So I love that. I just keep this one stuffed. But yeah, so it's just like a very simple little pouch. So the next SLG in my collection is also a fairly recent purchase of mine. I did an unboxing of this, so I'll leave that video up here. It was my very first YouTube video, so please be kind. Yeah, please be kind. So yeah, the item that I'm talking about is the Louis Vuitton reverse monogram card holder. So I've got the monogram canvas there with the touch of reverse monogram there. And then when you flip it over, it's got the gorgeous reverse monogram canvas there and the normal monogram canvas on top, and inside it's just like a black leather, and I absolutely love this. I love the reverse monogram print. It's just so chic, it's so cool. I just love how unique it is. So that's just there. It's super thin, so comparing it to my Chanel one, my Chanel one's quite thick compared to it, just because it's got the quilting detail. It's quite puffy, whereas this is super thin. Like, it's like 2D. As soon as I turn it, you can't see it anymore. But I just love that about it. And because it is canvas and that pliable soft canvas, you can fit quite a few cards in here. So I love the look of it when it's stuffed with cards, like how it kind of bulges a little bit. I don't know, I just love that look. So yeah, I love this piece. It was really hard to find when I purchased it back then, but I think now on the Louis Vuitton website it's available. So I'll leave a link to it down below if you're interested, if you're in Australia and interested in purchasing this. So it's been available on the website for a couple of weeks now, so I'll leave that in the description box below. So yeah, I absolutely love this piece. I'm so glad to have it in my collection. This is my only reverse monogram piece in my entire collection. So the very last SLG in my collection is something I've picked up really recently, and I did a whole unboxing video on this, so I'll leave that link up here. And it's the Louis Vuitton medium ring agenda. So this is the medium size in the monogram canvas. It also comes in a large size and a small size, so a lot smaller than this. So this is a perfect in between in my opinion. And this has been on my wish list for so many years. I had this on my wish list and I just never pulled the trigger on it just because of how expensive it was. But I finally decided to treat myself just because of how expensive it's gotten, and just because of how much I know I'll use this and how much I love writing things down. I love writing my to-do list, ticking things off and just planning. And I know this will come in handy. I'll use this daily. So I think the cost per wear on this would be really good, and it just makes me happy. It's so pretty. I just love the monogram print on it. It's just like a classic agenda cover. I've taken all the inserts out, but yeah, it's just got all these business card holders here. Got one slot there and a secretarial pocket there. So I love this piece, and I just don't know why I didn't get it sooner. I really wish I did, just because I wouldn't have paid so much for it if I did purchase it many years ago when I wanted it. But yeah, it's just very simple and it just sits on my desk and it just makes me happy to plan. So yeah, this is the very last SLG in my collection. So that's my entire SLG collection. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have any of these pieces in your collection too, or if you wanted to add these pieces, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. But yeah, that's all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and join me for future videos. I have a lot more content like this planned, so stay tuned for that. But until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.